Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you've been following along, I have been really into drawing people and holiday scenes. And what I'm going to do now is just show you how I practice doodling figures so that you can practice as well and just find an easier way of doing it rather than trying to measure everything out. So I'm just using a regular gel pen, but there's a couple of ways you can draw people. The first way you can do is figure eights. You can just do random figure eights of different sizes and shapes and draw people based on that. These are the bodies, and you can add like a little circle for the head, and you can see how they're kind of turning into people. You can add legs to it. Now, legs can just be straight lines, or it can be ovals. It doesn't have to be anything perfect. Let's see, this lady will be standing like this. This lady is going to be wearing fancy pants. And you can see this is starting to look like ladies. What I'm going to do next is just show you. I've got like a little marker. I can just draw like a jacket on this woman, and you can see she's starting to look like a figure. And let's see, what other markers do I want to use? This lady can have like a dress on or a jacket. You can have them facing whichever way you want. This is just a really good way to practice sketching people. Maybe she just has like a simple jacket on, and I'm just going as fast as I can actually, but I'm putting a dress on all these people actually. You can do it however you want. This lady might have like a fancy coat on. This is a simple way to draw figures. This is not about perfection. And if you watch my artwork, none of it is about perfection. Let's see. Now you've got like a lady, and maybe she's walking. Maybe she has a little fancy coat on. You could put little feet on her. And you can make her head bigger or smaller. I kind of like this woman. She's got fancy pants on. I like to be a bit of a messy artist. And this lady's walking. Maybe she has a hair in a ponytail. I like this lady too. Maybe we'll just give her some straight hair. I actually kind of like their little legs the way they are. They're kind of cute, but that's one way, you know, if you're just looking for a simple way. The next way to draw figures that I really like to do is one of my favorite ways. Hopefully this, let's see if I can get a good marker. I thought I had a Sharpie. Oh, I do have a Sharpie. Okay, another great way to draw figures if you're doing it quickly and you want like a simple way. Let me get these markers out of the way. Is I like to draw a U and then an upside down U. And this is the bottom part of the lady, and this is the top part. Now you can experiment with how wide or thin you want, you know, your ladies to be. I kind of feel like the, this is another U if I want to draw her hair. I kind of feel like I like the characters of these little ladies that were figure eights. And these ones are a little more up and down if you're doing that U shape. Right? And you do have to play with it, especially if you make a mistake like I just did there. But I simply like to play around with figures without going too crazy and taking up a lot of time. And you can add dresses to them and make them look really pretty. and it gives them character. These ladies have character. It's, especially if you're doing a scene like this, you don't need to draw people and measure them out perfectly. This was the most fun, the figure eights, but this is also a great way to do it as well. And the other thing you notice I'll do a lot of is make these ladies have like one big U shape and then a line, and they're walking. And I'm trying to give their legs a little shape, right? And I barely draw any feet. Oh, she looks like she got some duck feet there, okay? I barely draw feet, but you could easily, like if I want to draw like a scarf, I'm basically drawing like you did when we were kids. And I honestly feel like that is, that's kind of folk arty maybe, I don't know. And then I'm just draw like a little dog. And even if it's not perfect, you all know what I've just drawn, right? He's a cute little dog. And that's just a cute little scene. And maybe it's abstracted. But those are like 3 different ways that you can draw people in a simple and easy way that makes it fun and fast, especially if you're drawing in a coffee shop or you're just trying to sketch people out really quickly. I would say that the figure eights have a lot more character when I draw them than the U and the upside down U. But I also, this is one of my favorite ways to just randomly draw people. This is way more interesting. But if you watch the video I just did, you could see how I drew these people quickly. It's okay to be messy. It's okay to leave scribbly lines because the rest is up to people's imagination. The rest is up to them. They fill it in when they're looking at the picture as a whole. I hope that helped you with how to draw people 3 different ways, quick and easy, without focusing on perfection. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy sketching.